France is in chaos as the Block Everything protests ignite nationwide, putting immense pressure on President Emmanuel Macron. Paris. Early Wednesday, demonstrators across France set fires, blocked highways, and obstructed gas stations in a sweeping wave of civil unrest. Authorities responded by deploying a staggering 80,000 police officers, making hundreds of arrests and using tear gas to break up the crowds. What started as a summer-born movement in far-right online circles has now exploded across social media, attracting left-wing, anti-fascist and anarchist groups, as well as France's far-left political parties and powerful labor unions. And here's where it gets controversial. Groups on opposite ends of the political spectrum are now uniting against the government, something rarely seen in French politics. This mass mobilization comes on the heels of a dramatic political upheaval. Earlier this week, President Macron's government collapsed following backlash over proposed budget cuts and widespread frustration with the political establishment. The French Interior Ministry reported that 175,000 protesters participated in 812 demonstrations nationwide, resulting in 473 arrests, with Paris alone accounting for 203 arrests. Major cities like Lyon, Marseille, and Toulouse saw barricades erected. While an Amazon warehouse in northern France was blocked, the country's largest union claimed that 715 disruptions took place across France. In Rennes, a bus was set ablaze, and in the southwest, fires damaged electrical cables, halting train services and causing traffic disruptions, according to government transport officials. In Paris, barricades sprang up at key entry points, and demonstrations are expected to continue all day. Transport strikes by major unions further compounded travel disruptions. Despite police attempts to disperse crowds with tear gas, hundreds remained outside Gare du Nord, one of the city's busiest train stations, chanting, "We are here. Even if Macron doesn't want us, we are here." The unrest even reached high schools. In eastern Paris, police clashed with students who had blocked access to a school building. Ariane Anamoyanis, spokesperson for the youth group Le Point Levé, described the scene. Police forced one of the doors open to let students in, and there was some violence with tear gas. Earlier, a transport strike near the high school had also been disrupted by police. Several hundred people came in support of the workers, and the police charged against the picket line to break up the strike, Anamoyanis added. Public anger intensified after then-Prime Minister François Bayrou unveiled plans to slash the budget by over $50 billion, including cutting 2 national holidays, freezing pensions for 2026, and reducing billions in health spending. The extreme ends of France's political spectrum joined forces in the National Assembly on Monday, triggering a no-confidence vote that led to the government's collapse. Yet, even with Bayrou gone, mistrust of Macron's government and its austerity measures lingers. Calls for Macron's resignation are growing, with some citizens urging him to step down well before his term ends in 2027. On Tuesday, he appointed Sébasten Lecornu as his 5th prime minister in less than 2 years. Lecornu pledged to meet leaders from major political parties, emphasizing that there must be changes. Many protesters express frustration over being asked to make sacrifices, while the political elite appears increasingly detached from everyday struggles. Catherine Parrott, 71, who initially voted for Macron, told NBC News the president no longer gives a damn, adding that she feels overburdened by taxes. However, she expressed disappointment at the protest turnout, noting there weren't enough people to make a real impact. The decentralized nature of the demonstrations makes them unpredictable for police, as no single union or organization is leading the movement. In anticipation, outgoing Interior Minister Bruno Retailleau announced that no violence would be tolerated. and deployed 80,000 police and gendarmes. A display of force reminiscent of the Yellow Vests protests in 2018, which erupted over Macron's proposed fuel tax. And here's the part most people miss. This protest represents a rare moment where disparate political factions unite in shared outrage, challenging France's political landscape in ways that could have lasting consequences. How far will this movement go? And could it reshape Macron's presidency entirely? Share your thoughts and reactions below.